What? What? What?
What's wrong?
She's the one, Cole.
俺は守るべき者のために戦うと決めた。あいにく俺の体力は無限でね。
何を焦ってるんだい？ここ。
I think it's safe to say DLC 6 is probably the best Xenoverse DLC. It still had 4 characters like DLC 5, except the 4 characters were actually, 3 of them were new characters. Actually, all 4 of them were new characters because Fu was a new addition to, well, I mean, Adult Fu was a new addition. And I think Adult Fu was first introduced in Xenoverse 2. It was always suggested, oh, Mira and Tora had a baby, but he's just a baby. But in Xenoverse 2, they finally made him like a big boy, an adult, a teenager, whatever. I don't know how old demons are or what their years for age rate is like. 1,000 might be adult range, and like teenage might be like 100. But either way, Fu's a big grown-up boy. So that's actually 4 new characters because it was UI Goku, Jiren, 17, Fu. And unlike DLC 5, it wasn't just DBZ characters. They like, I don't think DLC 6 was like intended to be their final DLC, but they did put like a lot of effort into DLC 6. It's just a super good DLC. Aside from like the final parallel quest where like it's too long and there's too many health bars, and you could, it's actually hard. The final parallel quest was genuinely hard. I mean, fair enough, it's how you unlocked meditation and power rush, which were Jiren's unique moves. But it was just really goddamn hard. It's not like DLC 2's like parallel quests where, God forbid if I show you gameplay for DLC 2 parallel. If I show you gameplay for DLC 2's parallel quest, it could be the fucking background for this whole video. And I won't ever have to change it. Because the enemies are so unforgivably tanky in DLC 2, I don't understand it. Like, maybe people said the parallel quests in like DLC 1, I don't even know if DLC 1 had parallel quests, but maybe people were saying like the parallel quests of the game are easy or something, because in DLC 2 they do not hold the fuck back with those parallel quests. Those enemies are way too tanky. Everyone is too tanky, but especially the Super 17 and Omega Shonen at the end of the parallel quest, way too, it's unforgivably tanky. Go back when you're done in this video, go play DLC 2 now, go load up that parallel quest. It's the one where you like help Kaba, like fight a bunch of people in Xenoverse 6, and the hit shows up at the end and you need to be with Cabra and hit and fight Super 17 and Omega Shannon. That parallel quest in particular. No, that's the worst parallel quest in the game, I swear to God. Aside from like ones where you need to defend the character while and keep the health like above 50%, but the character has like no defense whatsoever and the enemies are like, they do like infinite damage. That has to be one of the worst parallel quests in the game. That's unforgivably bad. And that's the thing I like about DLC 6. Its length and difficulty actually comes from the amount of enemies you fight in the mission. And the only super tanky guys, I believe, are Vegeta Blue, Fused Zamasu, Beerus. And I think that's it actually. I don't even think the Jiren that shows up at the end is that tanky. It helps more because the characters introduced in DLC 6, obviously, they are quite good. I would say the only bad DLC 6 character, and this is debatably so, is just Dragon Ball Super 17. And bad is even kind of arguably hard to use on him, because no character in Xenoverse 2 could be bad if you just spam key cancels on them and abuse their fastest cancel every time, whether it be to double tap X or to press XY. No character could be bad by those metrics, right? But if you're not just exploiting the game, then 17 is quite atrocious. He at least makes up for doing a lot of damage, and this is before he became a custom mentor. He still did like a crap ton of damage. Like it was booty busting damage. UI Goku is obviously quite good because again, even though he has one of the most unique mechanics, which is an auto dodge, I think it could have been done better. But even though he has one of the most unique mechanics of being an auto dodge, he's still like almost his entire moveset is stolen from other characters. A few of his combos in his hits are from Rose Goku Black. He has a rapid punch section which is straight up from Vegeta Blue. He's got parts of his hits where, no, it's just all Rose Goku Black and Vegeta Blue. I have some parts which are from like Super Saiyan 4 Goku and stuff like that, but it's like, yeah, it's very obvious. UI Goku, they just took like every fastest input or hard stun move from another character and just put it on him. I mean, fair enough, they took all the good parts from all the other character combos and put it on him, which is why he's so damn good. So, if you're gonna reuse moves, at least make them be good ones. I'm alright with that. Even though when the game first came out, UI Goku was way more atrocious. If I recall, he had low HP, but also had low defense too. Like, Now he has low HP, but his defense is normal. But before, I swear to God, I remember him having like really low defense on top of that. He could die in like one ultimate attack before. If I recall, his auto dodge also used up way less stamina, which is fine. I don't think anyone tries to exploit his auto dodge anyways in this game because it's not worth it to use up your stamina at any point in the game, which is why everyone spams key cancels and XY. Even then, I think UI was still quite the interesting character. Not that he was just new, by the way. It's I think he was genuinely a cool character because Fusamasu was a character that was also new to the game. And even though I love Fusamasu to death, the most unique thing about him are his combos. His super attacks aren't that crazy. Like Blades of Judgment just becomes like a generic long range like super attack if you do it in a knockback. Lightning of Absolution's cool. I'll give it that much. It can go like anywhere around the character and it strikes twice. It's a good move, and especially in Point Blank Range, it hits 3 times then, I believe. So that's cool. Holy Wrath is a bit, you know, underwhelming. It's a charge move, and there's no reason to charge it unless if you've got a stamina break. But we're not talking about Zamasu. I'm just saying that Zamasu does have interesting mechanics, and I still find them less enjoyable to play than UI Goku. And that might also be because he's a worse character, but who knows. Jiren is a character that everyone finds I think they mostly find Jiren controversial because of me, I'm just going to be honest. Jiren is a character that's like very average, and I feel like I should say that because people only think Jiren's OP because I use him and I win with him a lot. So that must mean the character must be broken because Steed's bad at the game. Oh, Steed doesn't key cancel an XY. And he's a YouTuber, so he has to be bad at the game. No, but Jiren's a really average character. Even when he first came out, I didn't know Jiren had a really average cancel, by the way. I'm not going to call it good because a good cancel would be like, you can mess it up and be fine. You can connect it and then mess up, like, you know when you go for an input in a fighting game and it's like, oh crap, if I knew that I'd connected that, I would have followed up with one of these. Good XYs are so overpowered that when you go for the input and it works and you didn't know it worked and you do something else, you can still just follow up with anything else because the knockback is so atrociously long, or you're so free that you can get away with it, right? So that's what a good XY is. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. When you mess up a combo in a fighting game and you're like, oh crap, I could have followed up with like a forward heavy or something, and I'm just referencing Ram Lethal now at this point. But yeah, Jiren has a really average cancel. If you mess it up, his recovery isn't even that fast because the time it takes him to do the uppercut is quite long, and it's super easy to perfect block. And if you do connect it and you messed up the connect, you can only follow up with it with another X, I believe. So that way he can go to the other side and punch them and continue the combo. You have to commit to Jiren's cancel. It's not just something that, oh yeah, just throw it out and throw it out and throw it out and throw it out and throw it out until it connects. Throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out. Spam, 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 spam. You have to commit to it. If you don't, then you can only connect if it's super laggy, and even then, you probably won't get much damage off of it. Other than that, I don't think that many people are hyped for Jiren. His combos aren't really the prettiest to look at. 2 of them didn't work online. 1 of them still doesn't work online. And one of them was just trash. One of them was completely trash. It's the one where he spins in the air and kicks you down. That used to be really, really bad. They buffed it now. It's way better now. But it used to be just trash before. Obviously, Jiren was the first character, I believe, to have a one-shot ultimate. Baby was the second character to have a one... when I say one-shot, I mean like pseudo one-shot. It's not like, oh, it kills you one hit no matter what if it hits you, right? It just does like a nice like 80-90% of the damage most of the time. But it's basically a one-shot in Xenoverse because by the time you stamina break someone, they are dead. I mean, that used to be the case, but Xenoverse was actually also introduced in this update, so it's very hard to tell. Even though I love DLC 6, that's an issue I need to talk about. Yeah, Xenoverse was introduced in DLC 6. I don't recall it being DLC 5. It was definitely DLC 6. And everyone has their own opinion on Xenoverse, right? But as someone who played the game from the start, I actually liked it when I went through all of the XY bullshit, all of that key cancel bullshit, and I just beat the person. It doesn't matter how much they exploit. I'm just straight up better than them. That's my victory. But no, they have a limit burst, and I'm gonna talk about Super Armor limit burst in a bit because that's the worst one. That one's so brainless. It should just be removed entirely. If you're at least gonna have limit burst in the game, don't have it knock someone back and also give you like hit invincibility. You know, if someone's in a limit burst, it can like block a few hits for a bit. Why can it do that? I don't know. Why does it knock you back as well? Who knows? Why can you do it when your stamina broken? Only God knows. I feel like it was supposed to copy the sparking mechanic from Fighters because they just only randomly introduced it after Fighters came out. And like that, it's so like forced in there that you know they introduced it just because Fighters came out. But it's like they forgot that you can only spark in Fighters when you're not being hit. If you can not limit burst when you're being hit, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I would like that. But no, limit burst is now just a get out of jail free card. Get off me because I wanna spam and cheese you a bit longer, and I'm not gonna win. So let me have a second life to beat you with. Like, attack limit burst, whatever, it's fine. No one even uses attack limit burst. If someone has an attack limit burst, that's an accident. But most of the time when people use limit burst, it's always regen and super armor for the very obvious reason that they want to run away from you while getting all their stamina back. Or they want to just not feel anything anymore. I mean, super armor limit burst is kind of nerfed now, but in my opinion, super armor limit burst ammo should last like 5 fucking seconds. Why is it that free? Why is it that free? People are going to only limit burst when their stamina is broken. And with super armor limit burst, it goes the whole way through a stamina break. So, and even if they don't use it when their stamina broken, right? They could just super armor limit burst and just go to the ground and get all their stamina back. And you can't do anything about it. The only thing you could do is grab them. But super armor limit burst also has damage reduction. So even if you grab spam them, it's not going to do any damage. And the person will just, sometimes someone will just stand there and just not even care. Because it's like, okay. Okay, cool, fine. Just keep grabbing me. My stamina's coming back anyways and the damage is jack shit. I'll take this. I'll take this over that stamina break that was about to kill me. So, god damn it, I hate Limit Burst. Limit Burst is easily the worst part about DLC 6. It's such a brainless mechanic. And even with how brainless and how trash Limit Burst made the whole setting of Xenoverse 2, that still makes DLC 6 the best DLC. It just genuinely had new interesting mechanics. I'm not talking about Limit Burst this time. It just generally had new interesting things like the extra stories as well. I'll get onto the extra story. But oh my lord, Limit Burst is so bad that they couldn't even drag DLC 6 down. Like, you spent all this time playing this game, right, with a really low skill ceiling. This game, Xenoverse 2 has an extremely low skill ceiling. And then you go online, and it's just tryhards up the woohoo, up the kazoo, up the yaboo. They're just everywhere. They're just everywhere. You finally just get through one of these guys, right? Whether you did the exact same shit as them, or you didn't even need any of their help tools, any of their easy mode assists to beat them, right? Whether you needed that or didn't, that's your kill. You deserve that. That's yours now. You either cheese the person harder, or you're just better than them at the game. It's as simple as that, right? Oh, no, I'm going to limit burst now, and I'm going to be completely scot-free from everything else. Because it's not enough to have a key cancel that makes me invincible the entire time I'm doing it, and it stuns you if you're in its path. It's not enough for me to have an XY that sets up combos super easily, and also gets me out of all kinds of dangers super easily. It's not enough for me to be able to spam vanish everywhere and just be invincible the whole fight. It's not enough for me to spam a block mash and get 3 perfect blocks that drain your stamina and slow your recovery so I can just attack you easier. It's not enough for me to have any of these extra cheesy supers or race exclusive advantages or anything like that, right? I need to have a Gale of Jail free card, because on the off chance that you're just better than me at the game or you know how to cheese better than me, then I need to just be able to get out of jail free and be able to try my ass off again. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I was in I think it was either a Street Fighter or a Guilty Gear Discord server, right? Because I was playing either of... It's when Guilty Gear Strive's beta came out, I joined the Street Fighter Discord as well as the Guilty Gear one, because I was like, oh, I want to try these games, because they're fine fighting games. I want to try them. And I don't know when, right? Someone actually acknowledged me in the server. Like, someone knew me. They were like, oh, Steedoj. And I was like, oh, yeah, hey. And we were just talking a little bit about stuff. Some people got curious. Some people asked stuff. And someone else who probably doesn't know me, doesn't sound like they knew me, but the only thing they had to say about Xenoverse 2 is that they hated the game. And it's just full of tryhards. So, of course, yeah, everyone hates Steedoj, right? So don't listen to what he has to say, right? But if other people in a Street Fighter community can even say, yeah, Xenoverse 2 is just full of tryhards, what do you want me to say? That's the truth. That's the truth. If you go into other places and people are still saying the same thing, and it hasn't changed for years, that's probably the case. Xenoverse tryhards can be as mad as they want. Who cares? Who cares? You make the game worse. You just be upset. Be upset, cry about it. And I'm not saying that that's the reason why we're not getting Xenoverse free, right? There's a combination of reasons. But the crappy community can definitely not be helping. If more of the player base was around because they actually played online and they enjoyed it, then there'd be a much higher chance of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse free. But they've seen the player base, like, peak numbers and for lowest numbers. Like, Jesus Christ. The numbers just straight up die, like, after the game came out. What year did the game come out? 2016? I don't know where to find the, I don't know where to find the player base count for consoles, but I know the one for Steam is available, so let me check that. I think Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 released on PC the same time it released everywhere else, but I'm not sure. Okay, I couldn't find any consistent or reliable numbers for the other consoles, so I'm not even going to read that out, because I don't want to be wrong, right? I don't want to be wrong. But I will say, for Xenoverse 2 on PC, which is also probably the best example I can use to show Xenoverse 2's wonderful community, because the PC version of Xenoverse 2 is at least kept alive by its mods. So, thank you mod creators, otherwise no one would be playing this game on PC, I'm 100% sure. Yeah, Xenoverse 2 had nearly 13,000 players at its peak when it released on PC. That dropped to 4,000 in the next month, which is fair enough. Not everyone sticks to a game after it comes out. And then that drops to 3,000, that drops to 2,000, that drops to 1,000. And it only ever goes up when a DLC comes out, because I know these DLC release dates. And as you guys know, as I've been saying the whole time, the best DLC, oops, don't want to be a big spoiler daddy about it, but the best DLC was DLC 6. So it makes sense why it went all the way back up to 6,000 in 2018 in February, because that's when it happened. I remember all the videos coming out and all that stuff. I still remember the release dates. So, and after that, actually, after February, in March, it had a consistent player base of 5,000 people. So it was actually such a good DLC. It made people stay around for like a whole. It only lost like 1,000-ish people in like a month. That DLC really hooked people on. Over the month after that, it drops back down to 2,000. But still, after a DLC coming out for that many people to be playing the game again, it revived half the player base on PC. If nearly 13,000 people bought it, and over 6,000 people got it for DLC 6, that means it actually revived half the player base, or about half the player base. That's how good DLC 6 is. But yeah, again, Xenoverse 2 is just a really hard game to stick to, and the PC charts are very favorable for the argument of Xenoverse 2 isn't fucked over by the player base, because the PC version has mods. People will ride and die by that because it has mods. I'm sure the Switch version of Xenoverse 2 is the most dead, and the PlayStation version, even with PC mods, I feel like the PlayStation version would still be the most active because it's a Japanese game and a Japanese system. So, it's got that going for it. Yeah, I was able to tie in how good DLC 6 was with my rant about how the Xenoverse 2 player base makes everyone quit the game. So that's convenient. It's not even a rant anymore. That means I was still on topic. It helps more that DLC 6 had so many things to do. I think DLC 6 also introduced custom mentors. I might be wrong about that. No, it did, because that's where we had the extra stories, yeah. That DLC 6 did introduce custom mentors, yeah. Yeah, the extra story was good too. The extra story was so good. It's so good. It might be a bit hard to replay, but it's got its uniqueness if you change your custom mentor every time. Because, like, it's not infinite possibilities, right? But it gets very damn near close. You can either be a generic good boy and bring Goku with you on the extra missions, and actually bringing Goku with you on every extra mission is easier. Like, the difficulty is always easy for those missions because Goku's the main character. He shows up to like an event and goes Super Saiyan Blue and starts fighting people. You know, Goku makes everything easier. And you could actually make it harder for yourself or a bit more difficult by having people like Hercule or Jacko with you. Hercule would just be trash, and Jacko, I think Jacko ran away every single fucking time. I don't think Jacko ever helped you on anyone. Like, he would show up, have an excuse, and then leave. Meaning that you'd always have to get 2v1 or fight multiple enemies on your own or some crazy shit like that. Then you had super unique ones, like how you could bring people like Turles, Broly, Cooler on different extra missions. And they're just big, brutish, weird, like, rude dudes, right? They come in there and they start business. Beerus as well. You could come in there and start business with them. Like, even on the, I think it was the Cell Games one, where if you bring Broly with you as your teammate for the Cell Games one, because all the androids want to kill Goku and Cell wants to fight Goku, Broly goes berserk, and you have to team up with Cell to beat Broly. And then after that, Broly's just like, whatever, who cares? I don't care anyways, I don't care. Goku's not here, let's just go. Like, this guy came in here with you, started shit when he got mad, you beat him up, and he's like, okay, well, I don't even give a fuck, Goku's not here, let's just go. What? Cooler's also a great one too. He's just really disrespectful, and having a giant purple guy always be with you is just always funny. Like, even when he shows up in the cutscenes for the first time, when it's like, here's gonna be your time patroller who goes with you on the mission. If you picked Cooler as your mentor, he just comes in with his wide-ass physique, just looks at you and goes, let's do it. And that's just so cool. How could you ever turn that down? That's awesome. My favorite part is when you have like really these like super like big evil like disrespectful characters like Beerus, Broly, and Cooler in the last cutscene where they have to like start calling Toki, they're looking for the bird, and they're just like, we did all that for nothing? Nice, well, a waste of my time. And then they start calling Toki or everyone else. That's just great. It's just good, alright? It's just good. I know DLC 12 did do the 2 extra story modes, and I'm gonna be honest, I think this might be the first time I've said this, but the story mode where Trunks and Vegeta are together and Vegeta gets Evolution Blue and fights Toppo, and the one where future Gohan shows up, I still haven't done that. That came out and I still haven't done it. I'm not joking. I'll probably stream it sometime later if you guys want to see it. But I still haven't done that. The main reason I haven't done it is because no one told me at all that anything you got from it was good. So I was like, okay, cool, fuck that. And 2, I don't think I could even make that, like, maybe it's just me, right? Maybe it's just, oh, Steedoj here. But I don't think I could have made that entertaining unless if I had, like, streamed it like I do with, like, Kakarot and, like, our weird new things that come out. I don't think I could have made a video on that. I would have had to stream it, and I wasn't. in such a streaming mood when that DLC came out. So it also helps that the extra story doesn't actually help you unlock anything. I feel like if the extra story, like if you had beaten it, then maybe you unlock like Topo as a character when you beat the Vegeta side, right? Or maybe you get a custom mental evolution blue Vegeta. And when you beat the Gohan side, you get custom, you get like an update to the custom mental future Gohan or some shit. Anything, right? Anything. Custom mentor Janemba gets an update. Custom mentor, actually not Janemba, he does too much damage. Custom mentor Trunks, custom mentor future Gohan, anything. But no, it's just visual flair, alright? There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not like it's gonna lead into Xenoverse 3. We already confirmed that Xenoverse 3 isn't happening, so that's, yeah. Granted, the extra story is not going to unlock anything new as well either, but like, it's just fun. Like, the only thing that unlocks is Fu's moves, and then eventually Fu if you get like 100% or 80% completion on it, with like all the different mentors in different scenarios. But like, it's just fun. It's just good. Like, okay, look, maybe I need to play the Trunks DR and Trunks teams up with Gohan DLC, and Vegeta fights Topo DLC, right? But even when that DLC came out, like, another thing that helps, right, is how the YouTubers title their uploads. When that DLC came out, no one was saying that the DLC was good. They were just all, like, titling it, like, how it, like, leads into Xenoverse 3 and all this other stuff. So I was thinking, oh, okay, so the DLC is not actually good. It probably just has something interesting in it at the end, but it's not actually good. So, like, a good example is, guys, look at the Trunks DLC for Kakarot that came out recently, right? Go back and check your favorite YouTubers' titles for that Trunks DLC. Everyone in their titles is saying how the DLC is fire, is how it's good, and how it's this, and how it's that. Everyone is saying that. But for fucking Xenoverse 2, it was just like, oh, it doesn't lead into Xenoverse 3. It's a boring DLC. Doesn't matter how good the content creator is. They can't make that shit look good. I've never played it, right? But if I stream it later, it's probably just a bunch of giant parallel quests. It's probably just parallel quests, but with like cutscenes spliced in between. So who knows? Like, here's a good example, right? If DLC 13 comes out and it has a story mode, if you see my upload and my upload is like, something about Xenoverse 3, tell yourself in your head, oh shit, did Steedoj title that because there's nothing else to work with? So he just has to tell people something that they would like to hear to make them get in? Because it's not good. It's just not good. Obviously, if I titled the DLC something like absolutely insane fucking DLC story, right? You would go, oh shit. Okay. No one ever says that about Xenoverse 2. Let me check it out. Let me play it for myself, or let me watch the video. But no, DLC 6 is the only one that people went absolutely fucking bananas, apeshit bonkers for, and rightfully so, because DLC 6 is that good. I think I'm done talking about DLC 6. I think DLC 6 actually also did custom mental. No, not custom mental. I think it did crystal raids. No, I think I'm wrong about that one. I need to fact check that one. I think that's the only thing I need to fact check. I don't remember. No, that did not come out with DLC 6. My bad. That came out in late. That came out late, actually. Yeah, that came out way later. That came out at the end of the year. And that was added in DLC 8. What was in DLC 8? DLC 7 was Kefla and Baby. No, DLC 7 was Kefla and Baby, my bad. What was DLC 8? What was after those two? That wasn't the Vegeta. No, DLC 8 was... Is that Dragon Ball Super Broly? How was Dragon Ball Super Broly's DLC worse than DLC 6, actually? I just realized. You know, there's way too many fucking DLCs where I'm getting confused which one was which. Okay, it was Dragon Ball Super Broly. Yes, that is it. It is Dragon Ball Super Broly. Imagine being the Dragon Ball Super Broly DLC and being that fucking underwhelming. I can't even remember it. Oh, I added Crystal Raid bosses. Okay, cool, but didn't add the Dragon Ball Super Broly story, did it? Your Dragon Ball's fucking biggest movie and you wouldn't even... Okay, cool, nice. Man, even if the movie like came out and flopped, Broly and Gogeta are still really hype characters. I'm very surprised they didn't put more effort into the DLC, into DLC 8. That's actually... I don't want to say it's a bad DLC, right? Because you get Gogeta and Broly. And if you have custom mentors for them, then they're worth it. If you don't... then probably only Broly. But if you, I mean, like in terms of moveset, Gogeta's overpowered, right? You can just spam YXY over and over and over again with Gogeta and just win a match. But I would say if you want them to actually be fun to play, then custom mentor for Gogeta, but Broly's always fun. Even Z Broly is always fun, even before he was a custom mentor. Broly is just a nice character to play in any game. He's one of those characters that will never feel wrong to play in any game. He's part of the gang, just like Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, and Bardock. They have a rule about being overpowered in every Dragon Ball game they come in, or at least being super fun to play in every game. I think I made my rant about why DLC 6 is the absolute best long enough. It's just good DLC. I mean, obviously you could say, oh, it doesn't have any of the free stuff, like maybe DLC 11 or DLC 1, but DLC 1 is ass. And DLC 11 was just only free during certain times. Like, if you still didn't have Supreme Character Time, you need to wait for the certain tournament to happen. It happens quite frequently, right? So, whatever. But if you want to unlock the character now, you don't know when it's going to come out. You don't know which weekend they're gonna start doing that event so you can unlock her. And even then, the event is kind of boring. So, other than that, I think that's a good place to end the video. Obviously, if you guys enjoyed the video, then please leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Love you all, and I hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time. Take care and peace.